Hello, this is Gabrielle Nesbeth speaking. Today I present to you my final project submission for the Anthro of Beauty course 88S, as well as my own individual research into beauty. Colloquially, we use the word beauty to describe anything that appeals to us, but there is most definitely a consensus that some things are just beautiful. Men and women can increase their sexual attractiveness by purchasing products or services that enhance their so-called beauty. Let's explore the derivatives of this kind of physical beauty and what that beauty means to the world's populations. May I present to you Commodifying the Cross-Cultural Contemporary Beauty Practices to End World Ugliness, How Sexual Attraction Inspires Trade Economies in Self-Care, Facial Decoration, Cosmetic Surgery, and Physical Fitness. I have conducted research on women's physical beauty and commercial beauty products that appeal to females. We will dive into the evolutionary basis of globally attractive traits of the female physique and how they have manifested real-world products, services, jobs, and industries that orbit around and economize the ideas of beauty. Keep in mind that the principal research of physical attractiveness has been historically based off of the fundamental heteronormative reproductive relationship, but the advice and lessons from this research are for everyone. Hopefully, in the end, you will be enlightened to the scientific and cultural origins of beauty practices and feel your physicality's natural allure restored. So, are you ready to rediscover the weird origins of attractive phenotypical traits and the commodity legacies that they have produced in the world? Are you excited to find out what beauty truly is? Let's dig in. Beauty transcends the human condition, and beauty is unquantifiable. Despite popular belief, beauty is not discharged from stimuli. Beauty is only detectable by feeling beauty's presence. And this is experienced differently in all unique individuals. Attractiveness ratings studies are opinion-based and cannot explain the difference between intrinsic beauty and superficiality. Thus, the collective opinions about beauty are socioculturally constructed and they shift over time. So how can we know when something is truly beautiful? Well, we must feel it. Beauty is an emotional wave of wonder and wanting that washes over us when it is triggered by an external stimuli of high cultural value, aesthetic harmony, or just personal preference. We hope to obtain or increase bonds with the object of our emotion. Anthro 88S has shown us that we can feel beauty towards multitudes of things, events, sounds, sensations, and sights, not just towards other human beings that we are attracted to. True beauty comes from the inside of you. In this presentation, I am demonstrating that the cultural attractiveness preferences related to the phenotype contribute to the growth of beauty industries that cater towards the ideal beauty that everyone likes. But what exactly is this ideal? And why do we try to achieve it and judge others on it? If the ideal attractive is socioculturally constructed, then why do the diverse forms of women's beauty found around the world that the populations idolize converge on some traits? Why are younger women worshipped more than older women who have accomplished much more in life? What is perpetuating the feminization of the term beauty? I'm here to tell you that beauty begins with our sexual instincts. Go to any nightclub and you'll see women wearing sexy outfits and makeup, and men are barefaced in t-shirts. On the red carpet, female celebrities are dolled up, decorated, and picturesque, yet it is rare to see a male celebrity wearing as much as some lip gloss. Does this mean that women are so ugly that they need to enhance their features should they ever hope to reproduce? No, of course not. Welcome to the reality of sexual dimorphism, folks. The jig is up. Men can't reproduce without women, and this has evolved the mate value of women to be predicated on her reproductive capabilities, and the detection of these capabilities is only detectable to men through her appearance and physique. Lynn 2009 research found that men gave bigger tips to waitresses if they were physically attractive, younger, and had larger breasts and a smaller body size. Starat, Kummer, and Perret 2011 found that men are more likely to pay for dinner if their date is physically attractive. So the average male has evolutionary programming that compels him to judge female mate value on the basis of her physical attractiveness, which represents her reproductive capabilities. Fisher's runway theory explains that physical preferences are essentially arbitrary, but they do make some sense in some relation to intersexual competition, which is the competition between the same sex for mate access. Overcoming intersexual competition may be more challenging for women on the phenotypical domain, but men do not have it easy. On average, heterosexual women select males on the basis of resource accumulation and willingness to invest that in her and her offspring. This is extremely competitive and very hard to fake. The most fit males with surplus resources can get the most attractive mates, which explains why hot young women are content with dating old rich men. But look at the bright side. We get hotter and hotter women with every generation because men's decisions drive female evolution, and our generation can reap the benefits of innovative and adapted beauty enhancement services and products to enhance our appearance and sexual success. Although beauty is redefined with every generation, there are still some major underlying trends in what and who the populations find attractive. Before we shop for products, we must make a list of traits that we are looking to get. So let's start with the face. The primal point of attraction is the face because it is the first thing that we see on a person. What constitutes facial attractiveness that is recognizable on a population level? Well, extremely hot people have a lot more in common than we think. Decades of preference rating research shows that subjects from cultures in America, Japan, and African tribal regions highly prefer symmetry, feminization, and youthfulness in the face. The true value of one's attractiveness is somewhat implicit and implied. Humans have biases to believe that attractive people have better genes and better social advantages, which may or may not be true. But one thing's for certain, attractive people are highly selected for jobs in the visual marketplace. We pay lots of money to see hot people on silver screens and catwalks. They are great to look at, but their faces are never measured for symmetry. Their beauty is felt in our guts and supported by our dollar. Attractiveness is flexible, and attractiveness is much more than facial attractiveness. Cross-cultural data and phylogenetic analysis contends that overall mate value for women is judged on two major necessities for reproductive success: reproductive value and mobility. Human males rely on female phenotype or physical cues for detection of these necessities because they cannot see through flesh and bones. And all of these physical cues converge on traits that are youthful, symmetrical, and feminine. And these are highly valued in the face because the face is the primal point of attraction. In summary, global preferences of female attractiveness are found on the fitness necessities of reproductive value and nobility, and of course, health. And the phenotypical expression or traits of these necessities are summarized as the qualities of neoteny, which is the retention of juvenile features, such as smooth skin and small nose, into adulthood. Symmetrical development, which points to uniformity and evenness of the genotype and phenotype. And feminization, which is indicated by the appearance and size of female sex traits like breasts and hips. Pictured here are the female love interests from the James Bond film Legacy. Just as James Bond represents an archetype of an attractive heterosexual man, his love interests are archetypal for heterosexual female attractiveness. I mean, this is obvious. There is much sexual focus on their faces and bodies, which are all neotenous, symmetrical, mature, and very feminine. Sometimes the allure of these women are to bond semis, but that's just sexual selection, folks. Intensified attractiveness competition for women for well-endowed males has generated extremely hot people in our modern world, which motivates the masses to achieve a higher quality of beauty. This phenomenon is affirmed by volumes of tabloids celebrating the supernatural attractiveness of our favorite female celebrities. People make purchases to make themselves more attractive or to behold something attractive, and thus the global economy has commercialized beauty practices. All right, enough anthro mumbo jumbo, and let's just dig in. Here are the major modern beauty practices from around the world and the industries they co-created. The most lucrative industries are located in the global north and are franchised and available for online purchase across the globe. One of the most common beauty practices is self-care because it's practiced non-invasively and naturally enhances physical beauty. Self-care maintains the body. Neoteny is considered to be beautifully cross-culturally, and thus youth is a central theme to self-care. You won't find self-care products that aim to age you unless you are shopping in a Halloween store. Self-care is commonly practiced as skin, hair, and nail care and has manifested formula product industries. Think of brands like Clinique or Neutrogena. Featured here is 42-year-old actress January Jones and her skincare cabinet, which she utilizes to appear ageless. Moisturizers, cleansers, acne treatments, SPF creams, face masks, and esthetician services are fundamental applications that increase the appearance of youth by preserving the molecules, tissues, and melatonin levels of the skin. Birchbox is a $15 monthly subscription service that delivers a box of beauty self-care product samples to your house every month. These boxes have a mix of top-quality formula products curated to your personal beauty profile. These products aim to rejuvenate and strengthen the skin, elongating your youthful appearance. Birchbox also offers hair care services. Since hair disappears with age, it is clear that self-care beauty boxes intend to maintain youthful appearance. Birchbox isn't alone. Demand for a simplified way to engage with self-care products as well as improve the self-care routine for the modern working person has produced many beauty subscription services, some of which are listed here. Subscription boxes are a low-maintenance way to maintain your youth. Put clearly, smooth, resilient skin and a full head of hair signals one's youth and healthiness on the face. And so people practice self-care in order to enhance this feature and increase fitness. We can understand the extent of self-care in the global marketplace by looking at the rise of global face mask market, which can be accessed in your local Target. Since pressures to reproduce are relaxed nowadays, people engage in self-care for themselves to increase self-esteem and public favor. The transformative utility of facial decoration has inspired global commercialization of easy-to-use makeup beauty tools. Seen here are some common products from high-end supplier Fenty Beauty, such as eyeshadow, blushes, lipsticks, foundations, and concealers. Makeup can aggravate fine lines and increase dryness of the skin. Makeup is proven to age skin faster. Why do we use makeup if it can be harmful to our neoteny? Why do women paint and draw on their faces to achieve a blatantly artificial appearance? As a competitive species, we all have the instinctual urges to appear more attractive to others, whether you are sexually competing or not. The fundamental reason for facial alterations is to increase neoteny, facial symmetry, and femininity. In other words, facial attractiveness. Behold an icon of female sexual competition. Makeup reshapes the face and enhances attractive qualities and makes women much more sexually dimorphic. But why does it look good on the face? Here are some samples. Eye makeup can have an eye largening effect, and wide set eyes relative to facial structure are widely considered neotenous. Rosy lips and coloring the lips has been a trend for centuries. Because humans love to kiss lips, it is great to increase the appearance of them. Blusher makes a woman appear as if she is blushing or flushed with passion, which are signals of a woman's interest in a mate. Makeup is also used to hide facial imperfections such as scarring, acne, wrinkles, and spots, and it boosts neotenous appearance. Makeup's transformative effects are known to boost confidence and self-esteem. The tabloids perpetuate the cultural and economic value of makeup as they brandish ads and celebrity hot lists with women's faces fully covered in makeup. However, beauty is not exclusive to makeup practices of the global north. Here is an alternative cultural facial decoration in tribal Papua New Guinea. Young women in the Korafi and Tufian tribes tattoo their face as a rite of passage between the ages of 14 to 18. Drawn from cultural legends and the local Rajiana bird, facial tattoos aren't meant to embellish the female attributes in the name of sex appeal, says a local native. Facial tattoos are ornamentations and representations of the soul and kinship. Scars are considered beautiful in tattoo cultures. In regards to social status, the tattoos can be translated as nobility and reproductive value. Facial decoration signals that a girl has reached sexual maturity and or is sexually selecting. Makeup can alter the appearance of age, making one look older or younger. Young women can contour their face to look older, and older women can rosy their cheeks to look younger. This adaptive quality makes makeup a very useful tool in social situations and photo apps. Makeup trends are transcending sexual attraction. Instagram is littered with unique and artistic makeup techniques that are not intended to appeal to mates, but rather to explore and inspire the beauty of the face in different shades and shapes. It is even considered beautiful for a woman to embrace facial nudity. Nowadays, makeup is art. Makeup is sold in the majority of stores, grocery outlets, and pharmacies, and products are global. American industry leaders are pictured here. Beauty brands often partner with beautiful celebrities to increase their profitability. What a phenomenon. Cosmetic surgery is the process of reconstructing or repairing parts of the body for the treatment of injury or for cosmetic reasons. These pricey procedures usually involve implanting silicone or acid-based fillers into the body to improve the overall appearance of the self. Sometimes procedures even deconstruct appendages to achieve a cultural ideation of attractiveness. Using tubes, implants, injections, and knives, the most common cosmetic reconstructions of the face are balaroplasty, rhinoplasty, and rhytidectomy. These are facial reconstructions that all support the idea that neoteny is culturally valuable, since a wide-set eye, small nose, and young face are all neotenous traits. However, I focus my study on the alteration of the physique, cosmetically completed in the procedures of liposuction, breast augmentation, and Botox enhancement, which all reduce the waist-to-hip ratio. These body enhancements reaffirm the attractiveness of big boobs and booty on women. In fact, both sexes see an hourglass shape as being the preferred female body build, indicating that enlarged breasts and buttocks and hips, accompanied by a slender waist, are seen as attractive cross-culturally and across the sexes. Another study in 2009 confirmed this preference across races. The female curvy shape is popularized everywhere from music videos, social media, video games, and even anthropomorphic animal illustrations. Tabloids celebrate and glorify these features. The most successful women in the highly competitive hip-hop music industry all have implants and brag about it in their music. Where does this preference evolutionarily originate? Why do we risk infection and health to enhance these features without a better reason than Nicki Minaj did it, so why can't I? The preference evolved because sexually selecting men need signals of female nubility. Nubility is the scientific term for sexual maturity and its physical expression through hormonal development. The nubile phase begins 2 to 5 years after menarche, when the woman is beginning her ovulatory cycles and increasing estradiol development. Nubility is defined not just by age, but by available reproductive resources that are stored in her breasts, buttocks, hips, pubic area, and even facial features at the age of nubility. Seen here, the waist-hip ratio lowers during the nubile 20s and increases with age and parity. These developments signal the young female's capability to reproduce. On the other end, high body mass index and high waist-to-hip ratio co-occur in the older ages, which are not commonly associated with attractiveness. Waist-to-hip ratio is a sexually dimorphic fast distribution measurement of which women have smaller ratios and men have larger ratios on average. A low waist-hip ratio is a strong indicator of nubility because it reaches a clear minimum in the late pubescent stages at menarche when the pelvis is widening. Differentiations between male and female BMI and waist-hip ratio express sexual dimorphism, and it is this dimorphism that defines what is commonly physically attractive on the sexes. Kylie Jenner is a perfect example of a woman who is perpetuating the cultural ideal of a small waist-to-hip ratio. Even at the extreme, we can still find small waist-to-hip ratio much more attractive than a large waist-to-hip ratio for females. Before you jump the gun on a butt enhancement though, it is important to remember that extreme procedures can have extreme consequences and extreme death rates. Heteronormative men in the global north and indigenous tribes in the African regions highly prefer firm breasts to saggy breasts and larger breasts to smaller breast size, though the parameters of these preferences varied cross-culturally and individually. Well-grown breasts are nubile developments that indicate potential for producing adequate milk and for infants, and thus we are attracted to them. Fisher's runway model explains that extreme expression of an attractive trait will be more attractive than the population average. This is why abnormally large breasts are considered highly attractive in the preference studies. The attractive female silhouette is naturally enhanced by deposits of the magical compound of docosahexaenic acid, or DHA. DHA is an omega-3 fatty acid, and there is primal structural component of the human brain, cerebral cortex, skin, and retina. Put shortly, DHA is necessary for newborn babies and is transmitted through the mother's womb and her breast milk. Consumed DHA stores itself in the banks of the breast, buttocks, and hips at nubility, and they are resistant to sagging. It is highly likely that DHA value for viability for offspring influence the attractiveness of butts and breasts. You can supplement DHA to increase your own health and possibly your thickness. In summary, the sexy female silhouette is created by hormonal development and nulligravidous fat deposits to the breasts, hips, and buttocks. And people go nuts for it, write movies about it, and sing albums about it. Invest a couple hundred or $1,000 in your figure, and who knows what opportunities or regrets it might bring. Physical fitness represents a natural body modification for optimal sexual success. You want a young and healthy womb for your baby? Well, you can find it at the gym. Around 600 CE, physical fitness practices are intended to maintain the physical endurance of the body, slow aging, enhance muscular features, and counteract poor diet and illness. Fitness traits make the physique attractive and represent naturally beauty and confidence. Personal fitness can be commodified as exercise equipment, classes, and gym passes. From pedometers to Fitbits, the personal fitness industry has evolved to untraceable measures. Male exercisers are more likely to report that they exercise for social and competitive reasons, whereas female exercisers are more likely to report exercising for appearance reasons, such as weight loss. Women are working out to maintain their naturally curvy physique. Sexually dimorphic silhouettes are attractive, and fitness practices complement these figures. The sexually dimorphism of practices such as these are detectable in commercial advertisement for products. Fitness companies use targeted marketing to attract the genders. Ads for Bowflex, an at-home gym brand focused on muscle building, are typically masculinized and feature many men using the product. Weight-burning Pilates and Zumba classes are typically regarded as feminine and marketed towards women. There are gender-neutral ads for machines like ellipticals and treadmills. Fit bodies signal honestly of an individual's health and resource capacity to invest in one's body. The outcome of exercise is the enhancement of sexual dimorphic silhouette. Fitness can also improve mood and habits. Exercise groups rated their qualities of life such as health, self-esteem, goals and values, money, work, creativity, love, friends and relationships, and even their community very positively. There is nothing more attractive than a mate who invests their body maintenance and life quality. If you want to get fit in the era of social distancing, you might want to invest in fitness gear and machinery that would fit into your home. It is important to exercise regularly. You can order machines like ellipticals and treadmills, and fitness aids like weights, push-ups, handles, and pull-up bars online to stay safe, clean, and fit. Self-care, makeup, cosmetic surgery, and fitness uniquely exist in all cultures around the world and show us that there is value in being attractive and being called beautiful. But the beauty of your physique is unique and adapting, and it does not define who you are. Your beauty is what you make it to be. Beauty is truly within the beholder, because you feel beauty and you determine what is beautiful. This great meaning that we gulp from experiencing beauty is cultural capital. Physical attractiveness is one form of this cultural capital, commodified into the physical products, trades, and organizations that we have discussed. Solely the belief that beauty has value supports the economies of beauty. Make beautiful choices. Please continue to support your local hair and nail salons, makeup technicians, fitness coaches, and sustainable self-care brands in any way that you can during this global pandemic. Make responsible choices with your purchases and don't commercialize your beauty unless it's absolutely worth it. And remember to embrace your own beauty and to call yourself beautiful is enough to make you gorgeous. Thank you for listening.